How to make a catch-up plan for construction. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how to catch up when you get behind, because we all do, and some do's and some don'ts. And I think you're going to love it because I get to, instead of just talking about it, draw it on the flip chart behind me. And so if you're interested in that, stay with us on this video. Okay, so let's check this out. All I know how to do is be honest. I don't know if you've ever seen the John Wayne movie McClintock, but John Wayne was talking about his butler, and he's like, he's just ignorant. He doesn't know any better than to tell the truth. So like, I apologize, I'm gonna have to mention CPM because I'm just ignorant. All I know is to tell the truth. If you have a CPM schedule, I wanna just be clear about something. I get complaints all the time. People are like, I don't understand why Jason's always bashing on CPM. I do the same thing in a CPM network that he's talking about. No, you don't. I love you, but no, you don't. There's a couple things here. You're gonna find the same trade stacked all over the place in different areas, which leads to trade stacking and trade burdening. And if somebody says, yeah, Jason, but I do finish to start ties with all of those. No, you don't. There's too many activities. It's too complex. A human being can't do it. And until AI controls these and you can make a rule that you never stack or trade burden a trade, it's still not going to work. And it's still a schedule that you can't see or use out in the field because it's too complex, mostly words on single line items. But if you have a CPM schedule, I just want to make something clear. Day one, you're going to be behind. And that's pretty normal. So you always hear me complaining about baselines. So first of all, the owner says, hey, I want a baseline in days or weeks. That's not how it works. You need more time for that. Once you have a baseline, then owners attempt to lock you into that and not change it. But if you do get behind, they'll be like, what's a recovery plan? And so you'll be like, oh, here's a recovery plan. Oh, here's another delay. Here's a recovery plan. Here's a recovery plan. You'll do this 100 different times if you're actually staying on top of it, because trying to recover within a CPM framework is like trying to dry the ocean with a single mop and bucket. It's absolutely impossible. It will never end, and the scale is absolutely dramatic and impossible. Now, if you have a takt plan, let me explain how takt planning works. If you have a start duration, typically you have a couple of different phases, and you at the beginning that are a little bit less intense than the interiors. So let's say this is mobilization, foundation, superstructure, and then you have this big, beautiful interiors phase, maybe the exteriors phase, you have some commissioning, right? And then the end. All right, so this is what a construction strategic plan should look like. I don't want the 79-page schedule that nobody can read, see, analyze, or understand. I want the single-page macro-level takt plan. Now, we've talked about this before, but what I want to say is that being able to recover within this system is already built into the system. Instead of saying, this is what we were hoping for through wishful thinking, and then it always pushes late and causes the ninth waste, which is unhealthy conflict on the project site. Instead of that, the tax system is designed, oh my gosh, this is so good. These videos are so good. I'm just loving this. Anyway, this is your slowest responsible speed. And the parallelogram is basically, let me call it a zone. They are sequences, but your first zone, second, third, fourth, it's on a cascade because it's on a takt time, okay? Your production plan and takt, these will indicate your milestones. Each of the phases will indicate your milestones, okay? And what happens is, in each of the phases, you have the milestone based on, yep, you guessed it. I sound like Dora the Explorer over here. Which way should we go? It's your slowest speed. And when you come over here to the phase, let me use this one as an example. If you say, hey, instead of 10 zones, down the left, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. Let's say that you plug this into the calculator and you have 15 zones, then your parallelogram will actually end up looking like this. Now, don't worry about the overlap here and the formatting. All we would do is move that down in the macro level production plan and give that some space. But what I really want to point out is that you have some buffers between the committed date and the target date. And so this right here is your target speed, okay? So the first thing that I want to say, if you're doing construction production planning right, you'll already have buffers. So this is what I'm talking about. When you have an impact, it's pretty simple You ask the question, okay, can we recover right now? Can we swarm it? Can we pull in workable backlog resources, swing capacity? What can we do? Don't add more people last minute. Don't work overtime. Don't stretch the crew. Don't trade stack. Don't trade burden. Don't throw materials at the problem. Don't throw money at the problem. Don't rush, push, and panic. And don't increase work in progress above the capacity of the crew. And so don't do those things. And if you still can't easily and responsibly recover, then it's pretty easy. We're going to eat into one buffer day. That is the best way to actually come up with a recovery plan in construction. But here's what I want to talk to you about. Even past the buffers, let's do one thing. Let's assume, hey, J Money, love you, but let's not talk about that. I know that. Jason, okay. Or Jason, I don't have any buffers because that's not how it happened. That's not how we said it. Okay. What I want to communicate is if there's a delay here, I will start to look at some options. Let me go ahead and do these one by one. Number one, I will look at zoning. If this was a 10 zone strategy, which was here, and this was a 15, could I go to 12 and pick up even more time? Smaller zones means my overall phase goes faster. The second thing that I'm going to look for is I'm going to look for trade bottlenecks. What that means is in any of these phases, is there a slowest pace setting trade that I can help before they start, onboard them and prepare them to remove the bottleneck so that any of these successor phases can go faster. The third thing that I want to talk about is a zone bottleneck. Are there any zones or areas that I can design differently or simplify in any of the successor phases for that to go faster? Number 4, and I'm going to call this work packaging. Okay? What I mean by this, and I am stealing the philosophies of Todd Zabel from the book Built to Fail on this one, are there areas, let's say that there was a transition here. Let's say there was longer activity, maybe an elevator install, maybe there's a complex area. Are there bottlenecks, natural constraints where I can design it differently, where I can fab it differently, where I can deliver it differently, install it differently? Basically, in the preparation phases, do something to where I'm not just building what was designed, but designing to what I want to build. And then number 5, and this one never sounds remarkable, but I hope it does. If you want to really recover some time if you have a delay, really double down on pull planning. Really double down on look-ahead planning to clear roadblocks and make work ready. Really double down on your weekly work plan where you have handout. Really double down on pre-con meetings, making sure that the trade has everything they need. Really double down on material procurement, okay? Make sure that everything is there. Double, triple down on, oh my gosh, this is so good, full kit. Are there other things that you can do? Yes, and actually I want to give you something here. This is just a taste. You have to be able to see the path to finish. You have to know what options are available to you according to production theory and production science. All of that's included, and I mean all, in the book Takt, Steering, and Control. And so if you have any of these problems and you can identify them, in the book it gives you a complete list of solutions. My invitation is see the path to finish, look at what your options are, and make intelligent decisions, and always double down on planning, cleanliness, and keeping a stable job site. There's no reason to panic in these situations. So that's the answer to how to come up with a recovery plan. Rushing and pushing and panicking, never a good idea. Adding labor, not a good idea, especially in the last moments or last phases of the project site. Bringing out too many materials, working overtime. We need to have good production-minded ideas to recover. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna link you to the book Takt, Steering, and Control. I know you're gonna love it. On we go.